Welcome back. This is IQ Domino coming back at y'all with another motherfucker banger of a video. Now today, we're gonna be talking about dry conversations and how you can stop with having dry conversations. Number one, you gotta always be real, be honest, be yourself. It's the key to having a good conversation. Two, you wanna always be listening. The best talkers are the best listeners. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta lock that in. You gotta be able to listen. All right. Now the last one I'm gonna save for the end for y'all to really process exactly what the fuck I mean, but it's all gonna tie in together when you get that last finishing piece. Alright, so let's get started. Now, one thing that I notice in conversations is that you always should be real. You should always be honest. Being yourself is the number one key to always having a good conversation, because you have to dabble that little bit of personality into your personality. You know that first thought you come to mind? That first thought that come to mind when you're conversating, sometimes you filter it. Stop filtering it. Have no filter. Just go all in, express your thoughts, express everything, because you want to always be honest. All right. Now, when you're having a conversation, you definitely want to, be able to be real, but you want to ask good questions so you can be real. All right, because you want to be able to answer the question that you're asking, but at the same time, need to be able to ask good questions. Alright? Because this gonna let you give a chance to not only connect with the person, but let the person connect with you. Well, there's a little bit of a connection there, the conversations flow. I'm telling you, it flow. Now, I'm gonna be honest, depending on how good you are at conversations, you don't really have to listen too much more to say, but you have to listen a little bit. You have to understand who you're dealing with. So yeah, we're gonna definitely get into that a little bit more, but for right now, I need you to understand that being real, expressing yourself, is key. All right, you want to express the way you feel. You want to express your thoughts. You want to express everything you got going on. You know what I'm saying? It's in your head, inside of you. Now, I ain't saying bitch and whine and complain and nothing like that. But what I have said is that you should always express yourself. You should always be real. Keep it 100. Take off your mask. You don't need to be hiding. Just be yourself. Be authentic. Be who you really are. When you do that, right, it gives them a full chance to see you for who you are. When they see you for who you are, it's kind of hard to ignore somebody that's being real, because there's so many people out here pretending that when they run across somebody that's real, it's like, damn, I never seen this person before. So the conversation automatically jumps. All right. So you want to keep this in mind when you are conversating. Be real. Express yourself. Because people need for people to get any kind of interest, they need to see who you are. Okay, so you want to keep that in mind. All right, and for example, if you actually like something or you don't like something, let it be known. All right, so in business, let's say you are in a negotiation, you try to you express something, you explain what your thoughts a little bit. You definitely want to be a line of expressing everything as possible, but you want to have an end goal in mind. All right. So in business, at the end of negotiation, you want to get that end goal negotiation. You want to be able to sit down and actually, build up what you like and what you don't like, what's missing, what you see is fair, what you see is not fair, because that's going to give you the opportunity to lay out the playing field. Now, of course, it might be a little debate in there depending on who you're negotiating with, but for the most part, people don't really got them in them. They got that confrontation in them. This is a weak world. I promise you it's a weak fucking world. So they got no kind of confrontation in them. So when you actually going at it like that, there are actually is 9 times out of 10 they're going to be willing to lean your way more than you might think. I mean, at least where I'm at. I'm in Louisiana. It's probably different in different parts of the world, but people ain't that different. You know what I'm saying? So keep that shit in mind. All right, but we talking about dating. You definitely want to ask questions. You definitely want to see the person is, but you want to express yourself to fully see, fully let the person see not only who you are, but when they see that, you being yourself, this gonna make them want to open up even more to you. Okay? Because they feel comfortable with being themselves. When they see a motherfucker that's just out of the norm, it's just like, yo, this motherfucker kind of strange. See, they gonna start being a little strange too, because in their head they be like, I could be real with that motherfucker. Now if they cross that line, you gotta let them know to cross the line. You just go watch my disrespect video. But at the end of the day, you definitely want to keep in mind that expressing yourself, understanding you gotta have that end goal in mind is going to get you there. All right. So when you're conversating, you're trying to get to know somebody, you either ask good questions to let you see where the person is, right? Say whether you want to, see what's the best conversations to have, or you want to do, you want to conversate to see who the person you're dealing with is. Like, you want to ask conversations that's going to really entice people to show themselves, like where they have no choice. You have to ask real provoking questions, and people want to get real interested into those kind of questions because you're gonna tap into something that no one else really taps into, or they might haven't tapped into in a long time. So when you be yourself, you ask the good questions, and you already got the answers to the questions that you're asking. It makes it a whole lot smoother because you already know what the comeback is going to be if they actually try to, sling that back at you. You already got the answer for it. And you can fully express it, fully be yourself, fully be honest, and you're going to see the results that this conversation is really going to be good. It's going to flow very well. It's going to flow very well. Now, so part 2, you definitely got to listen. Listening is the biggest key to conversations. Now, when you're listening, you have to be open to all possibilities, all right? Now, a lot of the times when you're listening, people all the time run out of things to say, It just hits probably hurt me run out of things to say. Because you're not listening. It's literally because, I promise you, it's because you're not listening. All right, when you're listening, you have to be open-minded, and you have to take in what somebody is saying without thinking about anything, without looking too far down the line of the conversation, without making assumptions. You have to really listen to what the person is saying. And I promise you, the conversation is going to be easy for you to flow into the conversation because you're open to all the possibilities that's being presented to you. But if you're not open to the conversation, motherfucker, and you just making assumptions, some shit gonna fly over your head. Some shit you gonna miss out on because you're not really looking for the big picture. For example, if I see a little joke, she cute, she pretty, she fine. We all know she cute, she pretty, she fine. She got a little something going on. But if I say she pretty, she cute, she fine, but she not for me, that opens up a lot of room for assumptions, right? Is you make assumptions. You have fucked up. You have chosen to lose connection with the person. All right, because it's one thing to understand what the person is saying, but it's another thing to understand, who's saying it. All right, the person that's saying it, two people can say the same things and be completely different. You know what I'm saying? If I say she not for me, it might be because, I'm an ass man. She might not have enough ass, but she got a little body, but it's not enough. Or I can actually talk to her and be like, yeah, she actually kind of slow. You never know what it is. You never know what it is. So you have to really not make assumptions because it can go into any type of conversation. I mean, we can be talking about animals and you make an assumption and you completely fuck up the whole conversation. I mean, I have had so many times where I have said something so small and I have not broken it down fully of what I mean, and somehow they left room for an assumption. And they took that assumption and they fucking ran with it, making them not connected to who I really am. So, of course, I corrected that. Of course, I adjusted that. Of course, I had to, check up on that. Ain't that wrong with a little bit of correcting? But the shit happens. It happens. So you don't want to make assumptions because you're gonna fuck up everything. All right. Like I was saying though, you gotta really understand the person and understand what they're saying. Because two different people can say the same thing and read two different things. I can say, hey yo man, I'm out here getting money, this shit is easy. It's because I'm, and my homeboy can say, hey yo man, I'm out here getting money, man, this shit is simple. Right? To him, he might be a hard worker. So getting money to him is easy, it's simple. Ain't that to it. He just do a little bit of work and it's simple, right? But if I say, hey man, getting money from me, man, this shit is easy. Because I know how to move, I know how to position myself to always, be the middleman or position myself to learn the skill that's easy for me to learn, and I can easily earn money. Two different things, we saying the same exact thing. So for you to be in a conversation, we talk about negotiations. We talking about, dating, trying to get with a Joel. You need to be able to understand and connect with the person that's across from you to better understand what direction is best for you to go, or to be on the same page with somebody. A lot of times, just being on the same page with somebody and being honest, it's gonna get you pretty far. But when you can listen, it's gonna make you go to a whole nother level, because you never gonna not have nothing to say. Because when you listen and you stand on the same page, and you listen and you know when you don't know something, and you know when it's time to ask questions. You know what I'm saying? It's key. Listening is key. It's really a skill. It's a skill. It's a skill. People think this shit is like, oh man, I can hear it. Nah, like if you really know how to listen and break shit down for you to understand it for yourself, it hit different, bro. I'm talking about like I'm telling you, people don't even like, they don't even see it every day. You wouldn't even believe how rare it is for people to work to somebody that actually know they can listen to them and break down what they said and have a conversation about what they say. People don't experience that. People talk at each other. They don't talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm giving y'all a game. I'm giving y'all a big game. I'm giving y'all a lot of game. But when you're listening, you're gonna open up the ballpark to asking good questions, right? So you want to be able to, rather give y'all too many keys in this web video, but you want to be able to ask good questions. You want to be able to, break down different things. God damn it. You definitely want to be able to do that. I definitely need some frames. But you definitely want to be able to do that so you can always be connected to the person that you're dealing with, right? Man, the biggest key that I can give y'all for this video is not just conversations across the board. That you have to know what all self-worth. You need to understand that sometimes, you might miss some cues. Sometimes you might not fully express yourself. But you need to be in the moment enough to really understand where you fucking up. Because if you understand that, you're gonna always be getting better. You will always, be more fluent in conversations. Your listening is gonna always get better. It's gonna lead to you just being an overall better conversationalist. And that's the aim here. Like, that shit is going to drop 100% of the conversation from being born, because you cannot be found anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gotta pretend to be something that you're not. You ain't gotta wear trouble. You ain't gotta lie. You ain't gotta hide yourself. You ain't gotta pretend to be somebody else. You ain't gotta not be realistic about how you feel about things. You just gotta be honest. I'm not saying let people step on you or, bitch or complain or that like that. And I'm saying and I'm not always saying don't give up everything that's, all your cards. Don't show all your cards that's gonna really fuck up your end game. You don't want to do that either. But what I'm saying is, just you not doing it does not mean, it's not that you not being honest will not fuck up your end game. But you being honest makes the end game even better. All right. What I'm saying is, you can be honest. All right, you can be honest about things and still get to the end game and still have the end game emerge. But it needs to be perfected. End game with knowing where you're going, or know how to make turns of conversations, knowing how to do different things. It's all about leading up and understand the questions that you're asking before you even get to the conversation, or understand where you're going before the conversation even begins. But in the long run, you're going to fuck up a lot, because having conversations is not, it's a skill that is learned, but it's never gonna be a point where you just like, this is my end all be all, this is who I am, I'm the best conversationalist ever, because you always gonna be getting better at conversations. Your jokes might get better, your listening might get better, you might stop completely making assumptions, or you might understand how to ask better questions because you're not making assumptions. There are so many keys that comes into the levels of having a conversation, but you need to be able to soak it in even when you fuck up in conversations, because it's gonna happen. But I'm letting you know, even when you fuck up in conversations, it won't be the end all be all. It's actually better for people to experience somebody fucking up in conversations, because it's more natural, actual shit. So don't let that be your end all be all. just understand the way that you, you know, come back after a fuck up. That's where your worth is laid there. Your improvement, your skill to be able to improve. That's what's gonna lead you to be able to, you know, overall grow. Now, if you enjoyed this video, man, leave a like down below. You like this type of content, subscribe, and I'm gonna see y'all.